So let's talk about something I think we can all relate to, setting boundaries. This one is for all the people pleasers out there, for anyone who finds themselves saying yes when your entire body is just screaming no.
You know the scene, right? It's like 9 o'clock at night, you're finally done for the day, you've flopped onto the couch, and then buzz. It's that text message, a request to quickly do something that you and I both know is never, ever quick. And your brain is just going, no, no, no. But your thumbs, they've got a mind of their own, and they're already typing back. Sure, no problem.
Yeah, if that hits a little too close to home, then you are absolutely in the right place. See, this habit of agreeing to things we really don't want to do, it's so common, and it's almost always a sign that we're living without good, clear boundaries.
I like to call this the yes trap. It's that exhausting cycle where you automatically agree to something, then you immediately feel resentful about it, and later you wonder why you're so completely burned out all the time. So let's break this trap down.
And this brings us to the most important mindset shift you have to make. So many of us believe that setting a boundary is a selfish act, that it's mean, but it's not. It is all about being sustainable. Think about it. You can't keep pouring from an empty cup, and saying yes to everything is basically the fastest way to drain yourself dry. Let's really drill down on this because it's a huge mental block. We have got to unlearn this idea that boundaries are mean. They're not. They are a fundamental form of self-respect. And honestly, they're just good, clear communication. So, look at what's really going on here. Inside our heads, we're telling ourselves this story, if I say no, that makes me a bad person. But the reality, what's actually happening, is that we've accidentally trained people to expect 24/7 access to our time and our energy. So changing that expectation isn't mean, it's just updating the rules of engagement.
So what even are boundaries really? Well, at their core, they're just clear communication. That's it. It's you telling people what you're willing to do and what you're not, when you're available and when you're not, how you expect to be treated. This isn't about building walls to shut people out. It's about building a gate so you can let people in a way that works for you, too.
If that still feels a little abstract, think of it like this. Boundaries are like property lines for your yard. They aren't an insult to your neighbor, they just clearly mark what's yours. Or think of them like speed limits. They're there to keep everyone safe. But my favorite analogy, business hours. You are not a 24-hour convenience store. You get to decide when you're open.
All right, enough theory. Let's get into the good stuff, the practical tools. This is your boundary starter kit. These are simple, easy-to-use phrases and methods you can literally start using today.
This first one, it's pure gold. It's the magical phrase, let me check my calendar and get back to you. This is your new best friend. Why? Because it stops you from giving that knee-jerk yes under pressure. It buys you time to actually breathe and decide if you really want to, or even can, do what's being asked.
And hey, when you do decide the answer is no, keep it simple. You don't owe anyone a novel explaining why. Let's say your coworker, Steve, asks you to take on an extra project. The over-explained boundary is this long, rambling soap opera. The good boundary? I can't commit to that right now. That's it. It's clear, it's direct, and it's not an invitation for them to solve your problems. Now, for those more sensitive situations where you want to be extra careful, I want you to try the sandwich method. It's brilliant. You start with a positive, warm statement. Then you deliver the clear boundary right in the middle, and you finish with another positive, supportive statement. It softens the blow of the no without ever watering down your message. It's super respectful and incredibly effective.
Okay, let's get real for a second. When you first start setting boundaries, especially if you never have before, not everyone is going to throw you a party. Some people, the ones who benefited from you having no boundaries, are probably going to push back, and you need to be ready for it.
You're likely going to run into one of three main reactions: guilt trips, straight-up anger, or manipulation. Now, the key thing to remember for all of these is this: their emotional reaction is not your responsibility. You don't have to fix it. If someone tries the classic, "I thought we were friends," a calm, simple response like, "and good friends respect each other's boundaries," is all you need to say. For those people who are, let's just say, really persistent, you can use what's called the broken record technique. You just become a calm, polite, broken record. You repeat your boundary. They might argue, they might plead, but you don't get drawn into the drama. You just say, "I understand, and I'm not able to help with this." It feels a little weird at first, but trust me, it works.
Okay, so now you've got the mindset shift and you've got the tools in your kit. So how do we actually start doing this?
Let's build a simple plan to put it all into practice. Now listen, this is really important. Do not start with the most difficult person in your life. That's like trying to lift the heaviest weight in the gym on your first day. No, we're going to start small, practice on low-stakes stuff. Saying no to an optional party when you're exhausted. Letting a work call go to voicemail after hours. These are your training wheels. They build up that boundary muscle and your confidence.
And to make it even easier, here's a little 4-week action plan. Week 1, you just observe. Notice your habits and practice saying, "Let me get back to you." Week 2, focus on digital boundaries. Turn on Do Not Disturb. By week 4, you're just focusing on being consistent and, more importantly, noticing how much better you feel.
And that brings us to this wonderful, beautiful paradox. Setting boundaries doesn't push people away. It actually makes you better in your relationships. It allows you to show up more authentically and with more energy. Because when you're there because you genuinely want to be, not because you felt you had to be.
I want to leave you with this final thought. When you start setting your boundaries, the people who truly care about you and respect you, they'll adjust. They'll get it. And the ones who don't, the ones who get angry or try to guilt you, well, that's really valuable information, isn't it? It's a powerful filter.
Hey, if you found this helpful, do me a favor and click that like button, share it with someone who might need to hear it, and of course, subscribe to the channel for more. Thanks so much for being here.